Hey guys, welcome back to Season 1, Episode 2 of Sunshine State Roleplay. My name is Jack, I'm the head of Xbox here at this Discord server. We've actually got another guest with us today.
Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm back.
We're back. We've got Warrior here. He's a manager here at Sunshine State. Today we're actually going to be talking about the departments and what we offer. So I forgot to mention in the last podcast, we are a Florida-based roleplay server, so we kind of do stuff more to the judicial system of Florida. So at the start, we offer multiple departments here. We offer cop, civilian, fire, EMS, and we do offer a few more, but they just don't come to mind at the moment. I don't want to spend ages trying to remember them. But anyway, so we're going to be talking a bit about the police departments first, then we're going to go over civilian and then fire and EMS. So the police department, we offer 3 stages. You've got the Florida Highway Patrol, the Orange County Sheriff's Department, or the BCSO, or the Orlando Police Department. Or is it? I think it's Orlando Police Department. The OPD, that's what we call it. Now we're going to be talking about the jurisdiction of them all. So the Sheriff's Department, they drive the Crown Vics, or the city Crown Vics, if we're in the city. They cover like the main county area. They just cruise around making sure this community is safe. The police department, they cover Los Santos. They drive the city cruisers. They are not allowed to drive the Crown Vics, obviously, because it's not in their department. And the Highway Patrol, they drive the Grangers and undercover units, such as the Buffalo or the undercover Crown Vic, or the Stania. So basically, the police department, they are trained in multiple ways. They are trained in Code 5, 1011s, roadblocks, breaching, being able to sort stuff out, like such as bomb threats and all of that. I'm not going to go through it all because there's quite a lot there. We do also, okay, I'm going to talk a bit more about the civilian department now. I will talk a bit more about the cops department later on, okay? So the civilian department, there is no doubt about it, the civilians are brilliant. They have such a lot to offer. They've got multiple business opportunities, they've got job opportunities, they've got obviously the criminal area where they've got the thieving, they've got heist opportunities, and they've got challenges they can do. They can also do a bit of memeing. Yep, yeah?
But they have certain ranks that they have to do. They have.
Yes.
So.
We do have civilian rank 1 to 5, but if you were to donate a certain amount of money to our server, you can get unlocked civilian premium, which gives you pretty much access to everything, civilian-wise. Basically, in case you're wondering, it's not a part of being a civilian and then applying for cop later. When you're given an interview, you have got self-roles channel where you can choose which department you want to go for. And when you go through that department, that's the department you stick with. At this point in time, I believe that we do not offer double departments. If anyone in our server is double department, then they are very lucky to have it, because we do not offer it anymore. You can only have one department, or you can department transfer. Now, we're now going to be talking a bit more about fire. Now, fire, I'm not 100% with this one. I've never really had an experience with them, but what I do know is they do offer multiple positions. They have a lot of challenging, exciting events with them. They do also get the fire department is the only, I believe it's fire department and EMS, the only department who can actually go civilian as well. A bit like IRL, they are fire, but they also have the opportunity to become a civilian when the fire is not needed or there's not enough people in session. Now the EMS are one of the most important departments we offer. EMS is called in with the cops if there's a 1050. A 1050 is a vehicle incident. Basically, if you were to be EMS, you would also be, you'd be EMS pretty much the whole time, and you'd basically be on call out. So if you were called out, you'd have to attend that. If you didn't, then you'd be under review. So we have got multiple other departments, but we're not going to be talking about them today. If anyone wants to talk about the department and a bit about what we offer, please go ahead and put your hands up now. Okay, it's Dragon wants to talk. Oh yeah, I believe he's a real cop, so I believe he is anyway.
I have a question.
Go for
it. What do you guys, I think I've seen it, I believe this is Florida based?
Yep, Florida based.
Okay, so there, and what part? I didn't know what part though. I just seen that for the highway patrol.
It'll be Orlando, most likely.
Orlando.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Orlando. Okay.
Orlando,
Okay.
Florida.
So after I take my application and I pass it or whatever, I go to an interview and then I go training and then.
Well, basically, a bit more complicated than that. When you do your interview, you will get invited to what's called the training server and the main server. Hub, I do see your hands up. I'll be offering you a chance in a minute. So basically, when you first join, unless you've told us you've got real life experience, or you've been a different roleplay server before and you've got evidence to back that up, that you do have experience, you get.
I mean, if you guys want 2 months of experience, then yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
We do basically give 10-12s. 10-12s is an active ride along. It means you'll be put in a cab with a supervisor, and basically the supervisor will monitor how you do. You will be a normal police officer, but you'll be under review the entire time. So it means that you can be a you can roleplay as a cop, but you'd be under review. And if you didn't do any very well, your supervisor would step in and help out. If you did brilliantly, your supervisor would probably just promote you to the first rank of your department. Do you have any questions? Do you have any other questions?
So how long do you think the application process take? How long do you think?
Right, when you apply, okay, so when you apply, you get accepted. Okay, so when you apply, our founder and our application reviewers, they basically go over it within about 24 hours, 48 hours. But when you when you do pass your application, you'll be given a waiting interview role. And I personally do interviews all the time. I know the staff team does them all the time. I basically egg the staff team on to get the interviews done. I do ping them a lot of the time to get them done, because we do notice there's like 20 active waiting interview members online. But the thing is, the thing that we've actually moaned about before, which I am going to bring up, is we can't help it that when we put the interview announcement out, none of the waiting interviews actually join. You guys just seem to sit there online. Now, you may just be completely oblivious to it, but please make sure your Discord notifications are on so you are notified when we host them. Now, basically, when you basically start the interview process, hang on. Mr. Joke didn't talk. Okay, so basically, the interviews can take up to half an hour, 45 minutes, because we've been given a brand new script and basically a brand new way of doing it. It can take a little longer now because there's a lot more to go over. But once we've done that, you'll be invited straight away. The role plays are from 7 PM EST till 9:40 EST. Now that is pretty much every day, unless there's an event on. Now, I personally do hold events such as this podcast. I hold events such as talent shows and karaoke. So I did karaoke last night. It went pretty well. We're now gonna. It's Dragon. I hope you're okay with this. We're now gonna put you down into the audience.
Wait, more questions.
Yep.
You guys said you're hiring staff for
Oh,
PS4,
before you even continue, basically, to be able to apply for staff anyway, you need to be in the main server of like PS4 for at least 3 days, and you have to be doing very well. You have to be turning up to role plays. You have to be turning up to training. You have to basically be very active. Also, if you're helping out the other members, if there are some staff and the staff aren't active, if you're then helping them out, then that is perfectly fine, and you'll get a better chance of getting promoted. Any more questions?
No, before my radio comes on, because my sergeant wanted to speak to me. So I will go ahead and you can move me back down before you guys hear a whole bunch of.
Already done it. Okay, Mr. Hub, you're going to be brought up next. How can I help you, sir?
Hi, so I've got a few questions.
Go for it.
So when you guys grow as a big community, what do you guys plan on doing with the server?
Now,
Oh,
sorry. Continue.
No, it's fine.
Okay, so if we end up growing into quite a big community, if we do, hopefully we do, we basically will start hosting multiple sessions. We're going to be continuing the roleplay server, we're not changing that. But basically, we do offer 2 separate sessions. So if there's more than, let's say on a stretch there's more than 40 people in briefing. Now that's never really happened before, I don't believe. But if there is, then we would open 2 sessions up with 20 people per session. Obviously, if one session then ends up having like 2 people and the other one ends up having like 28 or something, I don't even believe you can have 28 people in the server. But if that happened, we then obviously push some over to the other one. And if it didn't work out, then fair enough. But yeah, if we grow into a big server, we'll hold multiple. We will hold multiple sessions. But we do, like I said, we do actually offer 5M, PS4, and Xbox. So there's not really a chance of that kind of thing happening. Do you have any more questions?
Yes. I mean, I forgot one. Sorry. Give me a second.
That's fine.
I got a question about the PlayStation server. So
Yeah.
I just joined the PlayStation server on the main. There isn't that many RPs hosted, and also there's no CAD. So
Okay, so the PS4 is currently under development because the staff team are very lazy currently in there. I'm not going to lie, they are very lazy, and they're not being active at all. We are going to be higher. That's why we have got in the founders description. You can see we are looking for PS4 staff. It would be brilliant if we can have people apply for PS4 staff because it would help out a lot. The reason why we don't have role plays in PS4 at the moment is because we do make the role play posts. We make them almost all the time, but no one reacts to them. When we don't have anyone reacting to them, that's when we can't host the role plays, because if we have no one reacting to them, then we don't know if anyone's going to be turning up. And if no one turns up, there's no point in hosting the role play, because I've noticed we're barely getting 4 people in role plays, and they've made it the minimum now of 5 people. Now the Xbox minimum is 8. Now if we go below that, it's an unofficial role play and it will be discontinued. But with PS4, they're allowing as low as 5 people per roleplay. I'm pretty sure that's like 2 cops, 3 civs, and that is nowhere near enough. Now, if you PS4 guys want more roleplays, apply for staff, earn your positions, and make people more active. Because one of the also reasons why I'm hosting so many events now is to get people more active and to more involve people. Like I've started a flipping podcast, for gosh sake. If that doesn't help, I don't know what will. Do you have any more questions?
It's not really a question, but I also applied for the staff just a few hours ago. I'm just still waiting on Bun. I don't know how to say his name.
Bun.
Yeah, Bun. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just waiting for him to do my interview about it.
Well, mate, if it gets too long, I'll do your interview for you.
Alright, sure. Also, hopefully we can get more people in so we can get both of the servers active.
Yeah.
And we can get roleplay going, because it doesn't seem that great, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to lie right now.
No, honestly, I agree with you. I'm going to make a disclaimer really quickly, just for the people who've recently joined. My name is Jack, I'm the head of Xbox here. If you've got any questions, I'm the one to go for. We've also got in the audience the server operations director. Go to him if you have any questions. Also, we've also got Warrior, who's a manager here. He's going to be promoted soon, hopefully, because he's been doing brilliantly. Anyway, does anyone else have any more questions before we continue?
Yeah, I got one real quick.
Go for it.
So, Warrior and Jack, I know y'all two are very experienced in the RPs and Ssrp. What would y'all say? Is the RPs here very realistic or more relaxed? What would y'all say about that?
Could you repeat the question, please?
For the RPs and Ssrp, would you say they're, more realistic, relaxed?
Yeah, they are very realistic. We try to keep them as realistic as possible, because without realism, it's just not real. We try to keep it a little relaxed, but there is a lot of intenseness when it comes to role-playing, because obviously, if people start recklessly driving, then there's going to be a 1080. 1080 is a vehicle pursuit, if you didn't know. But if there's also vehicle pursuits, then that's gonna kind of include the civilians even more to be more active, and it's gonna basically allow the civilians to be more inclusive with scenes and stuff, because what we do want to have is civilians making more scenes for us to basically make the role plays more fun and more exciting, because without scenes we can't really do anything. But yeah, we do try to keep it as real as possible, and we do want to keep it a little relaxed, but also add a little bit of a tang of excitement or every now and then. Do you have any more questions?
Well, I can actually agree on that. I mean, there was one RP I went to when we had, and you were actually in it too. We had literally one high civ in the hotel server, and well, me as the cops, I mean, we kind of thrive on. Sometimes we thrive on 1080s, but I mean, yeah, every once in a while it's nice not to have them. But
it's nice to have a relaxing time.
But sometimes it might not be boring for the civilians, but Leos, it's like, might as well be drinking coffee. I mean, that's pretty much how it feels like sometimes.
And eating donuts.
Yeah, it's nice to have a little fun as Leo, but at the same time it gets hectic with all the 1080s going over traffic.
I mean, like, yesterday, I was with a ride-along, and we had enough time to literally roleplay that we ate a donut. So, yeah.
Okay, gonna cut you guys off there. It's Dragon and Hub have a, I believe it's Venom as well. Who is it? Venom and It's Dragon and Hub have a question. I'm gonna answer Venom's first because his seems a little bit more important. I'm not gonna lie. Venom, please come up. Mud, do you mind going back down to the audience, please and thank you? Thank you very much. Venom, you got a chance now to come up and ask your question. I have read your DM, but if you'd like to come up and kind of explain.
Don't be shy, man.
Do you know what? I'm gonna explain this question. I'm gonna cancel his thing. So he's actually just asked me. He's in the UK and he's telling me the interviews are a little bit late for him. Now I completely understand that. I'm from the UK myself. I host interviews actually pretty early in the day. I'm going to be hosting interviews hopefully tomorrow around lunchtime. That's depending on how mannequin, is mannequin even a word? Mayhem work is, because I've got work tomorrow. But yeah, we're going to be trying. We do host interviews for British friendly as well. Anyway, it's Dragon. Please come up. It's Dragon. You've been invited, please.
I don't think he's here, or he's shy.
Well, if you've got a question, mate, I can't really answer it unless you ask me it. So, unless you would like to DM it to me. If you want to DM it to me, you can. I'll answer it without your voice. Yeah, guys, if you have a question you don't want me to bring you up on stage and talk in front of everyone in front of the podcast, you can always put it in DMs. Oh, sugar, we've only got about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. So yeah, okay.
Oh no.
Hub, come up, mate. It's Dragon. I'm gonna cancel your.
Hello. I would like to ask. I would like to add on to something that you said a few minutes ago.
Go for it.
On where you said about like the RP thing, I wanted to add, like, without like members, you can't host an RP, but also without staff members, you can't also host an RP, because if there's an incident, like, let's just say there's only one staff online, and there's like 2 other incidents happening, they can only deal with one, and it's just gonna be very poorly done, and it will lead to like actions, I guess. And I had a question.
Go for it.
Like, where do you see this over in a few months, years?
That is a brilliant question. Now, I'm gonna go on a long stretch. Where do I see the server in 5 years? Well, I'm actually gonna ask you first.
I personally think it'll grow. If everything goes the way it should go, it'll grow better than it did before. So just hope that it does.
Yeah, that's very fair. I'm hoping that it grows. I'm hoping that it just gets a lot better than it kind of is at the moment, because PS4 is struggling at the minute, but I'm really hoping it does grow. And I'm kind of hoping the staff are more inclusive with PS4. I'm hoping they're more active and there's more active role plays. I'm also hoping that we have more members joining role plays.
Yeah. One more question, just one more.
Yeah. Mate,
I don't know if you'd be able to answer this, but like, who is your favourite person in the server?
I'm not gonna say that. Warrior, if you want to say it, you can.
I personally don't have one. Everyone's equal to me in my eyes, so.
Same with me.
I don't like anyone any more, any less, but if I had to say anyone, I'd probably be you, Jack.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's all my questions. Thank you very much for having me.
Thank you very much for coming up and asking a question. It's Dragon, you've literally got about a minute to speak. We've got to cut it short. We're already on 21 minutes, but I'm going to hopefully cut some little bits out.
So, I actually wanted to ask, well, I heard someone actually ask something about realism on the server, and another thing about where the server will be in 5 years.
Yeah?
So, the thing I was going to ask is, they need me. 4-3, sorry guys, I have to go. 431, show me responded.
Oh, okay. Oh gosh, wow. That was on podcast, wow. He went to respond to a police call. Or was that a fire call? No, it was police, wasn't it? For a trooper.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, well, guys, don't leave yet. I'm going to allow you guys to be in the intro. I'm going to give you guys a shout out for staying with us. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this podcast again. I'm sorry it's been 2 podcasts tonight, but obviously I love doing as many as possible because it's very informative. Cool Kid, I'd love to give you a shout out. Thank you guys for staying here. Hub and Venom King, thank you guys very much for joining in and tuning in and just staying with us through the podcast. That is 22 minutes and 32 seconds, and we are out. Thank you guys for listening.